Welcome to the Savannah Fire Station, home of the Fire Service School, which is located on the Southern Main Road, California. Join us as we go through a virtual career day. With us today, we have number 3127, Firefighter Smith. Number 4461, Firefighter Peters. Number 3313, Firefighter Burton. Number 3475, Firefighter Ramkissoon. Number 4068, Firefighter Kublal is behind the cameras, and I am number 3535, Firefighter Horne. Today, we have firefighters dressed in different uniforms to give you an idea of some of the uniforms worn in the Trinidad and Tobago Fire Service. Firstly, we have Firefighter Smith dressed in his beret, grey shirt, shirt slacks, boots. This particular uniform is worn for sentry duties, for classroom, and for any other formal engagement which the chief officer may direct. Firefighter Peters is dressed in his beret, polo jersey, cargo pants, boots. Today, Firefighter Peters is our resident driver. This is how the firefighters on operational are dressed in readiness to respond to any type of emergency. Firefighter Burton is our resident rescue technician. He is dressed in his rescue helmet, harness, polo jersey, cargo pants, combat boots. He is ready in the event there is any type of rescue to be done, whether it be high angle rescue, collapse structure. We move on to Firefighter Ramkissoon, who is dressed in full firefighting gear, or some refer to it as bunker gear. Helmet, jacket, trousers, boots, and gloves. He is prepared for any type of emergency. So after leaving the station and arriving on the scene of any emergency, this is the dress for us to respond. And of course, the one uniform that you would not see here will be the most beautiful uniform on the Independence Parade, which is our tunic, our ceremonial wear. So after we had this brief introduction of the types of uniforms that are worn in the fire service, kindly join us as we go towards looking at our appliances and our equipment used in the fire service. So Firefighter Peters our driver will give you a nice look at the inside of the appliance from the driver's perspective.
Welcome. We have the steering controls, the regular, and then we have the emergency switches for the emergency lights. We have siren. We have our gauges that will tell you the water levels of the firefighting tank as well as other firefighting material. And everything is displayed to you in this cockpit. Thank you.
Firefighter Ramkissoon.
Right, this is our breathing apparatus, our SCBA, self-contained breathing apparatus. We use this when we go into toxic areas. Toxic meaning that is not conducive to normal breathing. We need additional air or ambient air, and this tank contains it. On a daily basis, we make sure we check our tanks for no damage on the tanks. Make sure the tank is full. Right? Basically, to put on this, it's approximately 30 pounds. Throw it on our back. This is a two-piece item. We have the harness, we have the face piece. Face piece goes over our face, and we do a simple connection where you see later on when we conduct our exercise. We place it back in the harness built in the truck, so this is in readiness when we have to respond to any code.
Thank you, Firefighter Ramkissoon and Firefighter Peters. Now we'll continue exploring the Hazmat vehicle. This vehicle is used to respond to any type of emergencies. Some of the equipment that are housed on this particular vehicle, we have chainsaw in the event that we need to cut any type of fallen tree. Circular saw. This is used to help us with forcible entry. This can cut through steel and concrete. Also, one of the tools that you will always see firefighters in the movies carrying is our axe. This also helps us with forcible entry. Also, the handle of the axe can help us to search for persons who are missing inside of smoke-filled rooms. So we can use the handle as an extension of our arms to help search for persons who are trapped. We also have sledge. This sledge is also used for forcible entry. This could be used to breach doors or walls. As we look to the back, we're going to find hose and divide and breaching. The hose will use to carry water from the pump through the branch pipe to the fire. The divide and breaching helps us if we need two different attacks. There's fire in two different places. We can use this device to bring water from one source and split it into two. To the back of our hazmat, we have the rear mounted pump. This pump will pump water or foam. So depends on the type of fire we are battling. We can use water for class A fires, simple fires, or we can use foam for class B, for flammable liquids, liquefying solids. So this is our pump. We have the hose reel. Some of you all may see hose looking like this. This is our quick attack line that we can take off the truck readily to start extinguishing until we can use the larger hose. Now we're going to go on top of the appliance to see what we have up there. On top of our appliance, it is fitted with ladders. Ladders that will help us to make entry to upper floors. Also, there is this monitor. The monitor is used to attack fires further away. Earlier we mentioned about using foam. The foam that this appliance uses is collected in this tank, indicated by the yellow cover. The green cover is where we have water. This appliance also carries dry chemical because it is used for industrial type fires. Here we have selectomatic branch used to project water from the pump through the hose onto the fire. Divide and breaching used to connect one hose and divide into two. So if there are two different places that we need to fight fire, we can implement the divide and breaching. We spoke about foam earlier. Foam is not only carried in the truck, it is also carried in foam kegs. So if we have to use foam from the keg, we use the inline inductor with the dip tube. The hose is attached to the inline inductor and the dip tube goes into the foam keg, which allows foam to be pulled into, foam concentrate to be pulled into the water stream, creating foam. We have the hydrant key. This is one of the most important pieces of equipment that we carry because it allows us to quickly open hydrants to access water from a pressure-fed source. Then we move over to the hydraulic extrication equipment. The pump, cutter, ram, spreader. You all may be familiar with the term jaws of life. The jaws of life actually is a tool that is a combination of the cutter and the spreader. So when you hear that term being used in the media, understand that it's one part of the hydraulic extrication tools and not all of them. Firefighter Ramkissoon will now take us through the use of the hydraulic extrication tool. So what he did, he started the pump, connected the lines, and now he's connecting the tool. He is going to walk out, simulating what is done on an accident. On arrival to the accident, this tool is used to cut parts of the vehicle, allowing us to free the trapped persons on the inside. Now we will move on to the hazmat vehicle. This vehicle is used in the event that there is hazardous material release. The tools and equipment on this vehicle and the firefighters who are on these vehicles are so trained to contain hazardous material releases and to clean up hazardous material. The fire service is the only agency in national security with the persons and the tools with proper training to deal with hazardous material release and spills. The fire service also has EMTs. So we employ the use of ambulances for persons who may be sick or injured, or even persons who require movement from hospital to home. So if your grandmother, your great-grandparents are ill and are at home and require transportation from the hospital to home, kindly call the fire service. We are here to serve. So we have fully equipped ambulances and trained emergency medical technicians to help persons who are sick and injured in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. That was a look at some of the appliances and equipment at the Savanetta Fire Station. Now I'm going to take you over to our resident search and rescue technician to give you an idea of some of the equipment and tools used by the Land Search and Rescue Unit in Trinidad and Tobago. So I hand you over to Firefighter Burton.
Welcome. Good day. I'm number 3313 Firefighter Burton. So there's a search and rescue unit. We have locations in North, South, Central, and Tobago, which is each division of the fire service. Here we have Randy. Randy is a dummy that we use. They can weigh up to 220 pounds. We use this for training purposes. This is our sketch stretcher, this nice orange device. This is used as a stretcher in which we package the casualties based upon whatever call or emergency we would have gone on. This is a very versatile piece of equipment. It is made out of plastic and it can be dragged in case of an earthquake, or we can also hoist with it if you want to use it for a helicopter. We can also, if there is need for confined space rescue, use it for such set purpose by hauling it this way. There we have the various uses of the sketch stretcher. Follow me as I carry you through some of our PPEs. So here we have the poncho, which we use for the rain in case we have to do search and rescue in bush. We also have the high-vis vest, which is duly marked. For earthquakes and so on, when they have collapsed structure, we have elbow pads as well as knee pads, because we need to get in spaces that are dangerous to us. Ear muffs, goggles, now of course our harness and helmet complete with light, because an emergency or rescue may need to take place at any moment in time. Here we have rope. We also have edge guard. What is the purpose of an edge guard? If we need to go off of the cliff or high angle rescue, then the rope will get abrasions on the end. This is to protect the rope which your life will be on. So this will actually be connected to the stretcher. With which we will hold. This is a carabiner, and this is what we use to connect the equipment to each other. Another type of guard for the rope is called a rope guard. The rope will actually go through and come out on the other end. And this is what we will place on this side. From here, if we come up to the line, you'll see what we use to haul. This is called an MPD, or multiple purpose device. This has a pulley attached on the inside with which we can haul. So if you follow the line, you'll see this line moving, and we can actually lift the casualty or rescuers. We can also use the lower. This is called a prusik. This functional device acts as a brake, or we can use it to lock the rope for the whole tension of the line, so that this part can be free. So you see it made that tension there, and once we tighten it, you realize it wouldn't drop. But this part is nice and slack. So there's no tension here. This will actually take up the weight of the line itself. Moving on, we have pulleys. In this pulley, you can see it's a swivel pulley because it actually turns. The rope will go through here. And we all know that pulleys help us with mechanical advantage. We also have webbing, which is a type of rope. We use this for many various applications. We also use this in order to secure the line to an anchor. Here we have some anchor straps, some load release straps, sorry. And we have another type of edge guard. There's a plastic edge guard. And all of these we need to be able to carry. In order to do such, everything is bagged. So just like your school bags, everything must be portable. So this will go in that bag. And this is the bag that we use for the sked. So this will actually roll up and fit into this bag. That's Sari.
Hey guys, we have a ship fired, number 245 to 253, Southern Main Road, California, in the vicinity of the helipad.
Alright, let's go, time to go guys.
Firefighters will enter the truck. The driver will engage the siren and move as fast as possible towards the scene of the fire while keeping the members of the crew safe. Firefighters have 30 seconds in the day to respond to fire calls. 1 minute at night. On arrival at the scene, a quick assessment will be done. After that assessment is done, instructions will be given. The fire service responds with ambulances in the event there is some sort of injury to persons or the crew members. After assessing the scene, the instruction was given to roll out one line, one length of 38mm hose. Firefighter Ramkissoon roll out the hose. Firefighter Peters helps attach the hose to the rear mounted pump. Firefighter Ramkissoon approaches the fire but not too close until water has been engaged by the pump operator, who is also the driver. Using the selectomatic branch, Firefighter Ramkissoon moves in close to the fire to ensure that he eliminates the fire by cooling. When we look at the fire triangle, heat, fuel, and oxygen, once one of those elements are removed, the fire will be extinguished. So using water on this type of fire, what Firefighter Ramkissoon is doing is removing the heat element or reducing the temperature of the fire to extinguish the fire. This will be done to ensure that the fire has been extinguished and there is no possible means of reignition. When Firefighter Ramkissoon is satisfied that the fire has been extinguished, he will do a check to ensure that there is no possible way that the fire continues, then the equipment, including the branch pipe, the hose, will be made up, cleaned, and replaced on the appliance. For the crew and the officer to return to the station to do a debriefing of what took place, how the response happened, and what could be done in the future to ensure that we operate even more efficiently. This marks the end of our school tour. On behalf of the Chief Fire Officer and the Executive of the Fire Service, the officers in charge of the Fire Service School, and all instructors and firefighters and officers at the Savanetta Fire Station, we would like to thank you all for inviting us to your virtual career day. And we ask you to please invite us back anytime you need to find out any information about the Trinidad and Tobago Fire Service. We hope with this message we have inspired and motivated some of you all to come join us as a part of the fire service in the service of the people of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. We thank you, and at this time we will take any questions that you all may have.